My mic was muted. This is it. For real. Hello everybody. Welcome again to the stream. I see there's a lot of people here. We got Froyak. Nice to see you joining the stream. We got Firefly, and we got Kayal. Hello, all you guys. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. All right, so, what are we doing today? There's a couple things we're gonna do today, but we're gonna get to working on this fort in a little bit, but we have something we want to work on a little bit first. But I'm just gonna show you some touch-ups I made to the fort. Hola. So if we go here, we crouch down, we can see that I added a new material here, and this is this I got from polyhaven.com, but basically, like, Matt and Ronzi say hi. Hello, welcome. Enjoying time has been started. Yes, so, parallax occlusion mapping, yes, it is. I was gonna say, I got this from polyhaven.com because I was a little bit... The old texture I used looked kind of too perfect, and this is the old Spanish fort, right? So it's supposed to be a bit more weathered. So this is actually a scan of, I believe, a real terracotta roof. It's very cool on Polyhaven, actually. We can find the page here. Polyhaven usually includes a actual photograph of the thing they scanned. So, let's go to textures. This needs to be in windowed mode. That's gonna make my life easier. Okay, cool. So, there's all sorts of great materials here on Polyhaven, which is where I do get a... Not all of them are great, is the problem. Like, I find there's a lot of, like, tiling glitches on some of them, but some of them are quite good. So if we go to the roofing, yeah, this one here is the one that I used. And it's very cool that they actually include... This is the actual roof that they scanned. And it's cool that you can see they have their color checker here just to make sure that that they can adjust their colors in the computer to make sure that they match real life. But yeah, it comes with all the different maps and everything that you need for your material. And yeah, I cannot talk about how great Polyhaven is enough. But anyway, I think this particular one looks really cool. And actually, you can see the difference between parallax mapping on and off is actually, like, it's pretty stark. So this is no parallax mapping. You know, it's not terrible from this angle, but as soon as you tilt the camera, it's like, this is clearly just a flat plane. And bam, it's just so much nicer looking. But yeah. So, we are going to get back to the fort. Actually, we can see here, there's a little piece I want to clean up at the top because you can see this doesn't quite tile properly. There's a little seam here, so I think I'm gonna do kind of what they did, kind of what the actual roof does, and have a sort of thing that goes along like this, across the top. We'll have to see if we can make that tile, but I think that's gonna work out cool. And then, what else we got? Yes, so last time we worked on these guys. We gave them a little bit more hair. Oopsies. Yeah, you can see this is my, these our javelinas. They, added a little bit more hair, but they need even more. And, yeah, basically, I've cleaned up my workspace a little bit because I used to have my work computer sitting over there right next to me, but that has been moved because I'm leaving that job. So now I have a little bit more space, and I have my drawing tablet right here. So it's going to be a little bit nicer for when we need to do the fur for these guys. Sorry, my webcam is hunting it, but I'm going to adjust my lighting slightly. I think that's going to... My blinds are maybe getting in the way, but hopefully that helps the camera. Oh, also, I need to turn that off. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, hopefully the camera will have an easier time finding me now, specifically. So, what was I saying? Drink. Yes. I know we love the drinks, and there is one. There is one. So, what we're gonna do... Hi, hello, Sarah. Welcome to the stream. A lot of people here today. I'm really enjoying that. Oh, also, update on Europe stream. For all of those you in other time zones that are not in North America, or South America, I suppose, I am adding an earlier stream, probably on Thursday. And I think it's going to be Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern, which I think is like 5 o'clock Central European time. People can correct me on that. But anyway, we do have soda. On the European stream, I'll probably be drinking coffee because it'll be earlier for me. But this is mango Jarritos. It's 8 p.m. It's 8 p.m. right now. Yeah. Okay. So we have mango Jarritos right here, which is not the most interesting drink that I've ever had because, you know, it is pretty easy to find Jarritos, but it is from the great nation of Mexico, and it's a pretty good soda. So it is a first time also for this channel. We haven't had it before on stream, I don't believe. Not the mango flavor. We've had other flavors. It's 11 a.m. here. Is that good for you, Sarah? I know you're on the West Coast or whatever, but like, maybe I'll move this. I don't know. We'll have to decide it because it might be like, Sante. Yeah, I do love. Yeah, it's a good time. It's 11 a.m. is a good time for you. Yeah. But yeah, the Europe friendly stream will probably be too earlier for the West Coast people, and definitely for anybody. I don't know if we have anybody in Asia. If you're watching me from Asia, congratulations. But I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, we're gonna work on River and I eat at 11, so I can lunch while game deving. Fantastic. Hey, Alex Lindgren. Yeah, welcome. We got another member of the server coming in. I feel like a lot of you guys are showing up today. Did everybody click like the live stream notification roll or something? Maybe that's it. I don't know. But I'm glad to have all you guys. But anyway, we're gonna, after this guy attacks me, we're gonna get to work on finishing some of the fur that we started working on, and then after that, I think we're gonna get to the doing a little bit of work on the fort. So, gonna go ahead and close that. Matt keeps talking while I'm trying to listen. Well, you're gonna have to turn my volume up then, I suppose. All right, actually, we have Blender here already open. So I'm gonna open a, probably don't need C-Line open for this, but, yeah. Open recent. Javelina. Yeah, I don't say this. Okay, so, this is a, we can see that we have some like semi-transparent stuff over here, but, one of the problems here is that you can see that it kind of cuts off, because this tiles along the whole thing. So we need like a smaller tuft of hair, as it were. This looks great. Thank you. All right, so I am going to adjust my. We're using the tablet to draw on. Actually, God, I gotta see my camera here. This is. Sorry, we're using the tablet to draw this because it's really hard to make lines like this on the mouse. So I'm gonna go to texture paint, and I'm gonna copy some just some colors here. So I think we're gonna start with kind of like a brown, and then let's make it kind of. I think we need to change our brush to that one, I think. Sorry, I wanted the paint hard, but with pressure. Yes, this one. And then I wanted to change the fall off to that one. And I think that should give me a good... Yeah, that's good. So we're just going to add a couple, like, lines like this. I'm wondering if it should be sharper, actually, the fall off. I'm a bit sad you haven't tried implementing hair strands in your beautiful rendering engine. Yeah, that is... Yeah, this is the fall for Goonies. I think that's probably a little bit overkill. I don't know. We'll see, because nobody actually has hair strands. Everybody has, like, polygons for hair, and then this guy has, like, a little bit of a, like an alpha texture. That's... I need to change my brush size. So, there. Probably that. There we go. There we go. Yeah, so like a couple of these here. Yeah, so I mean, maybe that's something I could do in the future, but I feel like that's a bit heavy for the kind of effects that we like to use in ASO. But so I'm just gonna pull some of these different colors, but you know, hair is potentially something we could do in the future. But yeah, just a couple different layers with the different colors. And yeah, so the idea is this is a smaller patch of hair, like possibly shorter. Yeah. But I don't know. Is that something you've been you've been looking into, Frog? I know that you also have a beautiful rendering engine. Yeah. Yeah. So we're just doing like little strands here, and then let's actually put this into... Yeah, so I'm just going to replace this tuft. So we... Whoopsies. Go to UV editing here. Just going to move the UV coordinates for this section here on top of the bit that we're drawing, so we can sort of see that a little bit better, what's going on. Nah, no hairs on my end. I'm only doing robots, yeah. Yeah, I mean, my intention was not even to do this, but like to get this guy kind of his look correct, I kind of needed to give him some hair. But yeah, so there you can see there's our hair coming through. This little artifact here, I believe that's a Blender thing, but it might be something I need to tweak the texture afterwards, just to make sure that the transparency is working properly, but that's something I can do after the fact. So I'll go back into texture paint. So you should be able to actually see it as I paint showing up there. And I could paint directly on this, but I just find it's easier to work in the 2D space here for this particular effect. So let's just grab another color here. There's like a dark brown, I think. Or like that. That's one. That's all right. I meant to do it with the other. Okay, so yeah, and then I think now just add another layer of like light gray. we'll do some. Also, I changed my audio settings a little bit. It seems like everybody can hear me, but I actually forgot that I usually put on some just background music. So let me get that going for you. Well, I do the painting just so that it's a little bit more... All right. You can let me know if the volume on that is good. But let's go back to the texture paint. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I don't know like what people usually do for hair, but I know like card hair is like a pretty common thing, and this was just the easiest way that I could think to do it. Hearing you pretty well on the music level is nice. Fantastic. I'm like, did YouTube update their streaming stuff? Because I feel like the chats are way faster. Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's looking good. I gotta get rid of that because it went past the edge of the polygon that we have here. Solved some bugs. You did or I did? I usually do hair by crying and not doing hair. Fantastic. That's a strategy. But if you solve some bugs, Kyle, that's good to hear. I know you're working on doing your own little engine. Potentially with Vulkan, if I recall correctly. We'll see. I just get a little bit of... Alright, so. Little thing in Blender. Just a tip. If you're ever doing painting, make sure to save your drawing separately. Because if I save the blend file, I hit Control-S. It didn't actually save my painting. The paint actually has to be saved separately in this image save here. Just a tip, because like I have lost work that way, so you do need to be careful that in Blender you save your image separately. Vulkan is the beast. That it is. All right, so there we go. That's another little tough to hair there. But now, I think I actually want to... Okay, so I have my baking situation right here. Oopsies, I didn't mean to do that. So we do actually have like this high poly javelina here. So where's his material? Okay, here we go. And this uses like sort of a bunch of different things to get the texture here, but I feel like the base texture actually needs to have some sort of strands. So what I'm gonna do is we have a paint texture, do we? Yeah, we have this paint texture here. And it contains, so I think we can UV editing. I just want to see what the coverage is. Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna, there's a couple weird overlaps here, so I need to just tweak this so that we're not getting weird non-planar situations just before I start painting. But right now I'm gonna paint on the high poly version. I hope this makes sense. And then I'm gonna potentially, yeah, just giving this a little bit extra UV space because it's easier to paint that way. Okay, cool. That should be enough resolution to paint, and then we can deal with it later. But I'm just gonna go straight back into texture paint. Wait, also, there's some... That needs to go over there, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. We have some malformed UVs. There we go. Just merge those. That should be fine. Okay, so now let's go into texture paint. And we got to make sure that we pick the paint texture here. And now, we should be able to paint some little fur strands directly on this guy. So, like, just do kind of like a bunch, I think. Like, we're going to need to do a bunch of layers here. So, we can't be too, can't spend too much time, but I think just a little bit is going to add, like, a lot of, impression of a little bit of hair, even if it's not, like, fully... Yeah. So I'm gonna just check my reference, which is somewhere. Yeah, this guy. Just to kind of see where the hair is flowing. So. Yeah, it's hard to get this. Can I just move this guy a little bit? So I can see everything. Okay, so now I can keep painting. Oh, we need to be in paint mode. So while I have everybody here, I would like to remind you that we do not have any, we're not doing ads or anything here, but this stream is brought to you by you guys. I'd like to thank everybody who donated last time to this stream. We actually, I think we did pretty well. There is a link down at the bottom in case you guys wanted to help support the stream to Ko-Fi. It's below this video. And you can send any donations there if you want to tip me for the stream if you enjoyed it, if you had a good time. And you do get a special role in the Discord server if you tip. So that is a benefit of that. Yeah. So if you now don't feel pressured if you can't afford it or whatever. Like just if you like it. Anyway. What was I saying? So, yeah, just filling in the extra little hairs here. I think it already actually looks a lot more like a hairy thing, even though it's just one set of colors here. And then it's probably gonna be like smaller hairs down here, I feel like. Like, kind of like... Yeah. 1 second. Alright, so. Just checking it from different angles here. There's actually a little bit of a stripe here, so I'm gonna see if I can do that. So it's like a little bit of a thicker beige all around the kind of neck area. And then I'm gonna rotate here, and we're gonna keep going. Hold on 1 second, zoom out a little bit. All right, that's starting to look kind of like it, and it does go all the way around, it looks like. All the way behind the ears. And now, let's make sure we save our image here. I'm just gonna take some, I'm gonna go back to this image here, which is here. And I'm gonna just get a couple different colors to paint in there. So there's kind of like a light gray here that I'm gonna paint in. Then I can go back to the paint here. Now we can come in with a different color. Yeah. And as we just add in these different like lines, it's gonna kind of they layer together. You know what I mean? Oopsies. So I would like to credit Grant Abbott, who is on YouTube, for showing me basically all about, like, I learned from his videos basically how to do a lot of this Blender painting stuff. It's actually, I think it kind of works pretty well for this. So if you're looking for tutorials on how to do this kind of stuff, he's pretty good. He's got a lot of videos up. Yeah, so another thing to note is this is mirrored, so it's nice that I only have to do half of the fur here. So we just kind of keep painting here, yeah. Okay. I think this is already starting to look a lot nicer. And then at the end, we're going to have to bake this, which is a little bit of a process. But also, I need to add some on the legs here. Down, coming down. And some at the front too, probably. This is kind of a patch where the fur changes direction, I guess, so it's going to be a little bit... Alright, let's take a look at the face here, just so we get a look. Alright, so, I'm going to switch to painting from this view here. So we kind of have a thing going on where it follows the shape of the face, kind of. Yeah. Like that, just like that. And let's sort of join these areas up. Sometimes it looks a little bit funky where they join up because it's mirrored, but it's kind of the price you pay for having to do half the work. But yeah, I feel like this is already looking a lot better. Okay, let's do another color. So let's save that image. And let's get... just so that we can match the color that's used in the hair here. We need like a darker gray, I think. Or a dark brown. Let's do the dark brown first. So that would be... this one here. And then I'm also gonna grab another, like the black. Let's grab the black as well on the other brush. So now we can go back to paint. Then if we paint in here, just with the regular thing, we get a little dark brown. But then if we hit Control, we get black. It might not be obvious, but that is actually two different colors. See, yeah, so this is brown, and then this is black. Yeah. Yeah, and I think after we get these two layers, that should probably be enough. And that should give us the impression of fur for sure. Just zoom in so that they're a little bit smaller. All right, almost done here. We're just finishing this layer, and then we can bake everything down, and that should give us a complete texture. I actually want to probably lighten up this brown just a little bit. Yeah, that's better, I think. Let's add another layer of color here. All right, almost done here. And then let's just get the face here. Okay, almost done. Just gotta do the legs now after this, I think. Just get a couple black ones in here. Actually, let's get the ears. They kind of go outward a little bit. Where'd my brush go? There we go. Okay, now let's just get the legs. Okay. Just a little bit down here. All right, cool. I think that should be good for now. Let's go back here. Let's go to, this shows the colors a lot better and shows some of the texture now. So I think, once we bake it down, I think it's gonna look good. So let me see if I can do some baking right now. We did manage to do this successfully once before, so. I'm gonna use my baking plugin here that I wrote. This is a plugin, a Python plugin that I wrote for Blender to make baking easier because the baking UI in Blender is pretty atrocious. So basically, all we need to do is we have these two guys selected already. All we got to do is hit bake, but because it's I'm actually just gonna bake the color right now. I'm gonna disable these other channels just because for the interest of time, and I'm also gonna set this to CPU just because we're on stream right now and I don't want to overload the GPU. So I'm going to hit bake. No valid. Why does that happen? Do I gotta select that? Apparently my plugin is having an issue. Oh, because I hit the wrong bake button. Okay, cool. Our stream does not appear to be interfered with. Oh, I was baking the wrong thing. I was baking the ham instead of the whatchamacallit, instead of the actual javelina. So I think we need to, instead of doing the ham, we need to do the javelina bake as the target and javelina high as the thing. And then we need to set the albedo here to material, which albedo.png. So this is albedo.png that we want to bake to, and this is normal.001, I guess is what we have. And then, well, we're not going to bake those, but let me just make sure I set them correctly anyway. Well, there does not appear to be a roughness map, so we're just going to hit X on that. And we're also going to, okay, so we're going to disable those, we're going to save. And then we're going to bake this albedo for this guy. So I can hit bake, and hopefully, oh! Having some issues here. Albedo. Maybe it has to be in the javelina bake. Diffuse. None type has no object, no tree. Maybe it's, no. Didn't mean to do that. I think it's because of the other material, maybe. So javelina bake. I think if we also set this to javelina bake, what happens? Maybe that works better. Okay, that fixes it. All right, so let's check system monitor to make sure that I'm not overloading the system while I'm streaming. We are at 99% CPU usage, which is to be expected. But we can just wait. All right, I dropped something on the floor while that was happening, so I need to grab it now. Just trying to play it off all smooth, but you know. Sometimes you just drop shit. All right. Unfortunately, we don't have a progress bar for our baking, but I will say that if you're interested in the bake plugin, it will be made available soon. I'm just fixing a couple issues with it, and then I'm gonna make that available to anybody who is interested. Oh, it's baking the normal as well. Whatever, I guess we'll see. Yeah. I should have disabled that, but whatever. We'll see. All right. Where's the? We are using a lot of CPU right now just to bake. Anyway, I didn't do GPU because I was worried that it was going to kill the stream, because the stream requires GPU resources as well, and yeah. That is one thing where I've found Arch Linux to sometimes be not great, and that sometimes it kills my... Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, so it did bake the fur, but there's a problem here in that it... is that it baked the other thing. So, I think what I have to do is... I think the problem was actually... that error we got before, this one. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna fix the plugin right now, I think. basically, I just need to do an if none or whatever, basically. So now let's find the, where do I keep my Blender file? Okay, so, I apologize for everybody who, knows Python, but I am very bad at Python, so, this is probably not some great Python code. So where was the issue we were having? This is in, line 275, object has no attribute, none type has no, okay, so basically I need to check if the slot material is existing. Looks good to me, any Python is good Python. Well, that's a pretty big indictment of Python, to be honest. That sounds like if any Python is good Python. Okay, so, it's where we're traversing the node tree. Where is it? Okay, so if slot dot material is none, and we got to do the friggin' colon here, then continue. Also, snake case for class names is atrocious. Well, you can come at me. Continue. Oh, frig, I put a semicolon in there because I'm a C++ programmer. Okay, so I believe now if we zip that back up, I need to redeploy to add the script back into Blender. So now if we go back and we do agree that snake case for class names is bad. Well, I also use snake case for class names in C++ because that's what the standard library does. So yeah, take it up with the C++ standard committee. So, although once again, it's not C++, but, oh, I need to do install from disk and then find the, okay, now, I believe it's working. It's baking again. PEP8. I use Pascal for function and var names everywhere, Python included. Yeah, I mean, this is one thing that, like, programmers are never going to agree on is, like, the formatting and naming conventions of code. Like, it's pretty fun. What's nuts, too? Oh, what Froyak said. I use Pascal case for anything, for types, screaming snake case for constants, and snake case for everything else. Yeah, that's a, I think that's defensible, but I hate Pascal case. I don't think it should be... Actually, there's one place I use Pascal case, which is template arguments. That is the one place I use Pascal case. Everywhere else, I do not. So a little bit later, I will show you the C++ code, and then we can see my... Actually, let's see. Can I show you that right now? I just don't want to open CLion and then break my computer because there's not enough RAM. Yeah, I do accept RAM instead of donations, if you if you were wondering. Yeah, although that's worth more than gold these days, so you know. Are we almost done this bake? Is bake almost done? Once again, the only reason why this would be faster if we used GPU rendering, but I was worried that I would crash the stream. Yeah, it's still waiting. Okay. That worked for this, but it did not. Okay, I think, okay, so, and it seems like there's a weird, So I need to select the main, and it seems like we accidentally baked a thing that we didn't want to. So I think all I got to do is just discard, and then we got our guy back. Okay, cool. There we go. This guy looks a lot furrier. I think that's an improvement. We might need to do some stuff with the normal maps, but I can do that on a different off stream possibly. So I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna export this guy again as a GLTF. That's gonna take a second. Okay, cool. Now I believe, yes, save the modified images. I believe now if we go back into Sea Lion, and this is where we can see my my C++ code, which is beautiful, by the way, but I think some of you may have issue with. So, yeah, like, look at this ray result. Isn't that a beautiful little struct there? Point constraint. I mean, actually, that's also struct. Let's find something that's actually a class. Asset collection. Here we go. This is a templated class. Yeah, you see, you can actually see I do use Pascal case for the template arguments. But basically, yeah. It's got snake case for the actually, is it yelling at me because I use snake case? No, it's yelling at me for not initializing stuff. Yeah. So let's get that back off, and then we can run this with our own music here, and we can find a javelina and see what their fur looks like. Yeah, actually, oh my god, that actually, I feel like that immediately looks so much more like a, why is he not attacking me? Oh, okay. Oh, I think he had some spawn idleness, I think. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think, chat? What do you think, chat? Do you think he looks a lot better? I think so. But, oh, I gotta kill him with my bare hands because I don't have a weapon. Let's see if we can find a weapon. There's a... I think there should be something over here. Let's get a weapon, get a weapon, get a weapon. Here we go. Almost one-shotted him, but... There we go. We got a... Then we got our little, we can get our meat here. We can go back to full screen for a minute. Okay. Okay, so he actually doesn't see us. Let's see if we can grab another one. The problem with sneaking, like, after prey is, like, they don't really stop walking. So I need to make them, like, probably wait a little bit, at each waypoint. Although I did implement that. Did I need to flip something? Is there a, what state is he in? Sorry, I need an AI controller. Oh, because he's an enemy, not a friend. That's why. So he doesn't wait. But I should make him wait at each stop. Alright, let's just kill this guy. I feel like maybe the things shouldn't fly so far. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Like, I'm just imagining, like, a bouncy, like, ham, like, a whole ham just, like, bouncing on the ground. It is kind of entertaining, but, you know, that is what happens. Anyway, so, now that we have dealt with the javelinas, let's do some more work on the fort. Basically, I wanted to do a couple things. First of all, I wanted to cover up this seam somehow, and the Polyhaven image gave me some ideas. So, it's got this thing along the top. So I think we can kind of steal something like that and build our own, and that can kind of cover up everything, and I think that'll work well. So, and then we can also, like, sort of lob that away so that when you're looking at a distance, you don't actually need to see all that extra stuff. So I think that'll be good. Then, also, like, I just feel like there's some embellishments that we need to do to add, because it looks a little bit bare. You know what I mean? I think we all know what I mean. So, in that case, I am going to, gonna exit out of this, and then we're gonna start working on the, fort, I think. So, let's get this music back on. And let's get back into Blender. Yeah, this is a Blender heavy stream today, I guess. You know. So, let's do modular fort. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a, I think what we need is like, a piece that just sits on top. So I'm gonna actually make it another modular piece. So, I'm gonna add mesh plane. It's just gonna sit right on top. Like that. And then let's align it here. I'm gonna do edit mode. I'm gonna make it span the whole length, I think. And then I guess we'll need some pieces at the end. I'm not sure. Because this is actually a different object here. But it should at least span the whole length of here. Because technically I could make this whole house twice as long, so I want to preserve my ability to do that. Also, I'm going to cut this guy in half, delete it, and mirror it. I like to mirror pretty much everything because it saves me a shit ton of work. Also, I need to mirror it on the other axis, not the y-axis, not the x-axis. So, let's just see, is this rotated at all? No, so that's what we want. Okay, so now, I'm gonna go ahead and assign a, assign the terracotta roof here. And, I'm gonna... So actually... So I'm gonna do, like, sort of the width of one tile, I think, across this way. Then I'm going to, I'm thinking, UV project from view. Let's rotate this guy. It's gonna sort of follow a strip along here, if you know what I mean. So, I need to select vertices. Let's just set that to 0. Set that to 1. Nope, C's 1, not 0. And then I'm gonna take this edge here. We're gonna kind of try to follow. It's not quite straight is the thing, so we need to find either a straighter one or that one's reasonably straight. Actually, we only want to have half of it is the thing, because it needs to be mirrored. And then I'm gonna add another little one in here. So we can see this is kind of rounded. I wonder what that's gonna look like with the parallax mapping. We'll have to see once we're in game. But you can see, but basically, also I need to shade smooth. Where's the shade smooth? There we go. This is not quite. Let's get the. Why is this? It's not quite at 0, is why. There we are. Now they merge up perfectly. So, although there's also a little bit of... Now we can look at that later. But anyway. Yeah, I think just that should be fine. Then I think we're going to need 2 tiny pieces like that just for the... I'm also going to do... Location? No. I'm going to do... Set object, set origin to geometry. That has changed. Ooh, I see. I see. Here's the issue. Okay, so I basically want to move the origin to the middle, which cursor to select. Okay. Oh, I can go to edit mode. Cursor to, and I can pick the edge. Shift S, cursor to selection. There we go. Now I can take this guy and set origin to cursor. There we go. And now I have this guy. I can move up and down. But I'm also going to go into here and just take this. I'm going to set my transform orientation back to here. Yeah. And there we go. This probably needs to move outward a little bit. There we go. We got some kind of round thing there. Don't know how that's gonna look once everything's yeah, let's just pull that back a little bit. Once all that's parallaxed map, it might look kind of weird, but so okay, so now I can make these 2 little edge pieces here. So I'm gonna shift D. Yeah, so you can see that actually properly tiles. So now I'm gonna go into here, go into edit mode. Just grab these edges here at the end and just move them up here such that, no, I need to go into tool correct face attributes so that the UVs don't move. There we go. And then one more half. Okay, cool. And now I'm gonna have to go back into here, edit. Shift S, cursor to selected, and then actually, you know what? I'm gonna set the origin here so that it's easier to let me just check to see if that's on a grid line. Yeah, it is. So yeah, the origin. So now object set origin, jump origin to 3D cursor. There we go. That works better. Okay, so now I'm gonna shift D, duplicate this one more time. Gonna change the UVs on this one so that they actually, I need to just so that these 2 UVs actually match up. You know what I mean? So select these. And then we snap these guys here. And actually, wrong place to snap them. They need to be snapped up here. Cool. So now you can see it forms one continuous set of UVs, more or less. So now I should just be able to name these. Unfortunately, these do not have very good names, but I'm gonna call this one cube 0.13. Oh, gotta put it into this group. Oh, they need to be in the same collection. So I'm gonna actually put these all in the same collection. Okay, so now this is gonna be cube.014. Gonna put that in the shit. Control P. No. Control P. Object. Cube.015. And Control P. So now they're all children of this guy here. So now I should be able to export it. And module fort. Module fort 2 is the one that we're using. Save that. And now everything's saved. Let's close that and go back into the game. And we should be able to place those now in the fort. All right. And let me kill the music there. Okay, where's our fort? Now, hopefully we haven't absolutely destroyed it. Okay, cool. Everything's cool here. At some point, I think the fort should have its own music. Very sinister sounding. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. I have some music, actually, that I haven't put in the game anywhere, but I've been wanting to. So, actually, after we set this up, let's change some modular... Let's change some music for the Old Spanish fort. So, now, I believe... I'm just gonna... Yeah, pick the roof, duplicate it. Where's my cursor? Here, yeah, okay. Then I'm gonna change the, mesh to move these guys and add. Okay, so there we go. There's our little tile here that we wanted to put on top of the roof. So I think that goes... Wait, how did we have it set up in Blender? I can't remember. Actually, I'm gonna instead set it to the one here, and because that's gonna make it easier to place everything. So we just sort of place this in the middle here. Also, I need to change the material to be this. Ooh, the parallax mapping is making it look a little strange, but we can tweak that. Is that roughly in the middle? Let's see. It needs maybe... Okay. That is, I think good. Now I'm gonna duplicate it. And now we're gonna switch to the smaller one here. And if we can get it, can we not get that? Okay, that is okay. Oh, actually, that's the one that goes on the other side. My bad. So that one goes right here. No? Okay, I'm gonna turn off parallax mapping just for a second because it is making this a little bit harder to see what's going on. Okay, so that does match there. And also, this should not be called roof. This should be called, roof, cap? We'll call it cap for now, that's fine. Wait, what did I call it? Shit. Cap. It should be called roof cap. And this is going to be called roof cap. Okay, cool. Duplicate this guy again. And this one is also going to be called roof cap. But we're going to change it to this mesh here. So now, okay, cool. So let's save that. Let's look at our... Just want to make sure that this is roughly... Yeah, that seems about symmetric. So, if we turn on parallax mapping again, we do see... Oh, it's because this guy doesn't have it enabled. So, okay, so now I need to actually... This needs to be... There. Okay, cool. It's just because they all need to match is the issue. This guy needs to match. And that's the one with parallax mapping. Okay, cool. So, yeah, it doesn't quite... I mean, it works good from this angle, but I think what we need to do... Save. Is I actually need to go into the... Yeah, save this. Go into Blender. Then... Okay. Go into Blender, open up our module 4 that we had before, and I just need to tweak the UVs, I think, just to be more generous. Or instead, actually what I'm gonna do is, I mean, I'm also gonna, to the mirror, we need to go to Data UVs and mirror U. Okay, so what does that look like in, I actually need it to be matching up, is the thing. Oh, okay, so I want to mirror this. So I think we just, no, it is mirror U. That's the one we want. Okay, so do we just adjust this until we find the one that matches? Yeah, I think so. Where's the position where it matches? Hard to see. So I think I'm gonna go back into the UVs for this just to make it easier. I'm gonna move this to be at 0 or 1. I'm gonna move this to be at 1. No. No. I'm getting confused. Okay. So it's this one here. So this is... Yeah. Somewhere here is gonna... Okay. Okay, almost. There we go. There we go. So now it's sort of continuous. If you see what I mean, hopefully. Although it is centered weirdly. So let's go into edit mode here. Yeah. Move this guy over on the edge. Okay, more or less that's good. I don't know if it's obvious what I'm doing here, but I'm trying to make it so that the UVs like go across, you know, like a like they continue. I mean, the other way I could do it, you know what? I can just apply the mirror modifier. Actually, that's probably the easiest way to do it. Apply, and then go back to here. Go up to here. UVs, like edit mode. Select everything UV, unwrap from unwrap angle boost? Yeah, that works. And then take these guys. Is this... Cool. That works. And then take the other one and pin it on the other side. Like that. That makes sense, I think. Cool, 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 cool. And then, we can keep doing this, adjust it this way, scale it. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna need to do, because we don't actually want to include the edges of the tile, and I think I want to use this. This ring of tiles instead, maybe? Maybe better? It's just because they're all not straight, so it's kind of... Oh, actually, this one over here seems more or less straight. Okay, so look straight seems to be a very different thing from is straight, but that might be good enough. Okay, so now... I think that's going to look more or less okay. So let's save, and let's export everything again. Alright. Export. Okay, go back into the game. Loading up here, yeah. Go to test on. Now we're gonna go down to the fort. The old fort. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it'll look fine from a distance, I think. I may need to create, like, a special material that's just for this guy, because I don't think the parallax mapping quite works for it. You know what I mean? But let's look at it from a distance, and see... Like, it does look a little bit better up there. Yeah. I think that's more or less fine, I think. But anyway, I'm not sure that I like the music for the fort at the moment. I think we needed to give it a different vibe. So I actually do have some music that I wrote before. So let's turn down this volume here, and I'm going to go into my the ASO music folder, which is resources sounds. I think some of you may have heard this before. I might have used it in some things, but we have fast theme here. So this is sort of a theme that I wrote before that I think we could use here. It's sort of got, it's sort of pretty tense, you know what I mean? Which I think would be good. Cool. Okay, so now, the way we put that in the game is, first of all, we turn our audio back up. We need to find, what is the music that we're listening to right now? So, okay. Sorry, I'm just getting messages in my Discord right now. I will, if you're messaging me in Discord, I'm gonna respond to you shortly. But right now, I got okay, so this guy looks like it's using this epic music here. So I'm gonna actually, I just want this to be for the fort, so I'm actually gonna center this right on the fort. That was me. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Yeah. Nice to see you here. So I'm just gonna make sure that this... Gonna shrink this down so it encapsulates just the fort. And I'm gonna make it exclusive because it's probably gonna be inside another one, right? So I just need to... This is sort of the fade distance, if that makes sense. So like it'll get louder as we move in, and then that's the trigger distance to just get it started. Okay, so now let's save that. Oh, also this should not be called epic. This will be called fort music, and we need to add the sound. Actually, I need to find it in the file browser here. So we go to sounds. And we need to find, fast theme, I think. Oh, you had long hair in the past. Yeah, no, I used to have long hair on stream. In the previous streams, I had long hair. It's, I only cut it recently. Sorry, here's the fast theme. So I just need to drag this into that one. Then I click Save Prefab, and then what happens if I might need to exit and then come back. Okay, so now. No, why did that not trigger this one? Fort music. I'm gonna exit the game and come back, and then we're gonna see why, if that fixes it. Okay, so test that one. Here we go. So now, if we walk over here, okay, there's no music, but now, here we go. Now we have the old Spanish fort music, or what? Some music Here's a problem. I actually really think oh shit, I'm really happy with this particular piece of music that I wrote, but I'm not sure what the best place to use it is the thing. And so I think for now we can use it on the fort, but it's almost like fight music, you know what I mean? So maybe like when they start chasing you, it should play. Also, I need to change the looping because it doesn't quite work, but I do think this is better. And so now when we walk out here, okay. So sorry, let me just check somewhere. Okay, Firefly, I'm going to, I see your message. I am going to, do that right away. Let's do that here. I think I can just click on your name, and, there we go. Congratulations. Thank you for donating, Firefly. Yeah, shout out to your Firefly. Huge thank you. Huge thank you. It's always good to have a supporter. Once again, for anybody else who wants to make a donation and get a special role in the Discord, you can donate on the Ko-Fi link that is down below. But yeah, shout out to Firefly, first donator today. All donations help support me, and we are looking into getting a new webcam because this one has issues, which you've probably seen, where it goes out of focus. But yeah, so all money will be directed to that sort of thing. Anyway, so now I wanted to add a little bit of to add another music thing, because now there's no music. I'm not in a zone that has music right now. So I'm gonna find the music, the fort music, and now we need a sort of a Would be cool to hear a kind of a march tune with whistles and a snare drum kind of vibe. For the fort, is that your idea? Yeah. Excuse me. Could do something like that. On a future stream, I do have to do another music stream. I've only done one so far, but it was a lot of fun last time. All right, let's take the fort music. Sorry, the epic music. Congratulations, yes. Yes, thank you, Kyle. The claps. Anyway, so let's get a, I'm just gonna duplicate this guy here, duplicate. The current one is also great, but I'm wondering if you could have a march when approaching something or something. Yes, I could do something like that. Sorry, I just need to see, how do these guys overlap? I just need to move this volume around so that it's not hitting any of the other ones. Or I mean, because then you'll get overlapping audio. But so now, this guy needs to move this way. Yeah, I probably need to write some mechanism to make it easier to see where they overlap. Oop, that's not the right. But right now I have to select all of them to see that, which is a little bit irritating. I can probably change the size of this to be a little bit smaller. 220. 230. 231. Okay, cool. That's probably good. So let's save that. Let's go into here. Okay, so now we get this music, and now let's see if the transition works. Because theoretically, praise be, game looks great. Welcome again, McNish. Welcome. But yeah, so let's go back in here. Okay, this is. Can we have a shout out for JC? JC? Like Jesus Christ? I don't know who you're like. Who's JC? Okay, so there is a little bit of a. All right, sure, whatever. Okay, so there's a little bit of a. I'm kind of wondering if it should, because it's coming in where it left off is the thing. Got the stream up on the big screen. A ton watching us here. Well, thank you to everybody checking out the stream at the McNish household. Yeah. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Today, a lot of people tuning in today, actually. Active chat as well. But yeah, really appreciate that. Once again, so I'm just going to see if I can. There's a. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but there's like a little bit of a weird. There's like a gap here. So let me get to the. Because there's like a fade out that's not quite happening properly. So I don't know. There's a no man's land in exactly. So, because here's the thing. So the fort music. Let's get up here so we can see what's going on. So you have this little. Actually, where are we? We're right inside the black line here, but it hasn't really faded in, and we have the epic music, which is faded out. So I'm just gonna. Is it just setting the volume to 0? Is that what's happening? I'm gonna have to look in the code and see. So we need to go into the code for sound. Let's take a look at that. Sorry, I just need to change this to window mode. Then we'll go into here and we'll go to sound trigger. Is that what I called it? Yeah. Okay. So. We are inside. We have an exclusive active. And the dist is within the trigger radius. and the trigger is exclusive. Are we hitting that? Actually, I need to... Here we go. I'm going to actually save this. And, we need to go into debug mode. Clean debug. Okay, cool. So, we're going to be able to get... There is supposed to be a crossfade is the thing. So that's what I'm... Because it's supposed to fade out, everything else. So now we're in debug mode. Everything's a little bit choppy, but it's fine. So, we can walk into here, and then we can see when we hit the play. So this is what's gonna happen when we step in. We're gonna hit this breakpoint here, right? So we walk over. We're gonna walk real slow. In fact, we're gonna sneak so that we can go real slowly. Okay, there we go. So now, our distance is 50.94, blah, blah, blah. And that's gonna... Oh, I see. So this is gonna start playing the song that we want to play, right? Then, it's exclusive, which should fade out all the other sounds. Within 500 milliseconds. But the volume is still 0, is the thing. So, okay, so let me draw this in GIMP if people can understand what's going on. So basically, we have our circle here, which is the music, right? And then we have all the other music out here, right? This is other music, right? When we step into here, it's gonna increase the volume as we go towards this other circle, which is the full volume circle. So that's gonna, like, if we... Let me change color here. If you were to graph that, it would kind of look like this, right? As you increase in distance, your thing. But once you're here, the volume is 0, right? You're right on the edge. The volume of the sound is 0, but because this is exclusive, we've already started fading out we've already faded out the other one, right? So, how do we fix that? I think we need to... Okay, so let's look at we have this, like, fade thing, and basically this says that in 500 milliseconds, we're going to set the volume to 0. Which is interesting. But what I actually want to do is set the volume to the inverse of our volume, I guess. Or... Yes. Yeah, I'm not sure if the crossfade is going to sound good, because it's going to sound like there are two songs playing at once, which is not ideal. So I kind of... Because, like, let's just change this for a minute. Let's change this to, like, 5 seconds, right? Instead of 500 milliseconds. So... Maybe that'll sound better. I don't know. Okay, we can get rid of this breakpoint. The other thing that we should do is we should probably smooth out the volume changes. Because right now it's just based on your distance, but there's okay, so see, actually. I mean, that's actually not bad. Okay, I think maybe the problem is literally just it's too fast. So, what happens if we also change this to 5 seconds? To fade in. Like 500 milliseconds might just be too short. Okay, so the thing is, this ends too abruptly, I feel like. Yeah, so I feel like the transitions between the music should be over distance, but also over time. This is something I'm gonna need to, like, really do a big think on. But you kind of get the idea, right? It goes between one to the other. But also there's a little bit of cacophony as it's doing the transition, so I'm not sure if that's ideal. But it would be cool. It would be cool if I could match the tempo between the two things, but that might not always work because the tempo is it's going to be different between the songs, right? Well, I guess they're not technically songs, they're pieces because there's no lyrics. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's something I will have to make a note of and get back to, because there's a lot of audio stuff that I need to tweak, but I have a feeling that's not the best thing to do on stream, just because, like, you guys are going to be hearing some awful sounds while I do that, which is not ideal. But I will do another music stream. That's going to have to come on the, that's going to have to come at some point, because I keep promising you guys I'm going to do that, but I haven't done it, and, we did do one. You can actually search that up if you're interested. There is a recording of it. It's called A Music Stream, I think. If you want to look at my my VODs. Let's see. What can we do now? I did fix all the trees here because we had problems with that last time. But let's just grab it and let's do a little bit of exploration. Can I go back to full screen here? Is that gonna work? Let's see. What does OBS say? Yeah. So, okay, so, I got a sword here. Let's, explore. Are there any areas that haven't really shown off? I mean, there are areas that I haven't shown off that I don't want you to see, so I won't show them, but, I do want to, let's just take a look around so people can see, like, kind of things I've been messing with over the last little while. No? Okay, yeah, let's take another look at the guy we worked on earlier. Where is he? Where's the pig? Sorry, they're not pigs. Technically, they're javelinas. I know. I'm being biologically incorrect. They're a different species. They just look like pigs. Where is he? I keep hearing him. Is he all the way over there? Must be. Alright, so. I know, like, ever since, like, the rolling has been a thing that, like, people found, it's like I'm now doing the rolling all the time, even though it's like... There's one. There's one. Let's get him. Let's get him. Yeah, he does look a lot better. Alright, we got some meat. I think we gotta do some work at some point for the approach to the fort, because I feel like there's not a lot here. You know, it's just kind of emptiness. So, why don't we work a little bit on some of the stuff outside the fort? Alright, so yeah, the approach to the fort is a little bit barren. I feel like we gotta make it look a little bit, because like the fort's supposed to be like more overgrown and shit, I think. Let's take a look at that. I'm just gonna reload a fresh instance of the game, just in case I mess with some stuff here. Okay, so let's go up onto the approach to the fort. I feel like there should be some more stuff, more vegetation in and around it, you know. Also inside the fort as well, like there should be some broken shit. You know what, I'm gonna just drop a couple barrel staves. These should just be all over the fucking map, I think, because I'm sorry, I just need to tweak these so that they sorry, barrels, baby. Yeah. So there's actually an interesting thing about these barrel staves, and I'm actually gonna go back to the beginning of the let's go down this way. There is actually something I noticed, like a couple people play the game and they don't see the barrels, like all these barrel staves right off the bat. So I think, because these are supposed to be your combat tutorial, right? You're supposed to pick these up. But a lot of people walk straight this way and then don't see them. So we need to, wait, what's this one? No, that's not what we want. They don't see the right thing that they're supposed to pick up. And is this barrel? Okay, this is... I'm gonna add a couple one of these ones just because it's like a slight variation on the piece. So I'm actually gonna save this guy as a prefab. Then I'm gonna duplicate it. Let me see barrel number. Then I'm gonna just put a couple of these around. Like literally. Oopsies. Yeah. So, jump to. Like, literally, these should be basically everywhere, because, like, it should be impossible to walk through this area without picking one of these up. And let's rotate it just so it's a little bit different shape. Alright, okay, duplicate that. Like, these should be littering the beach, is the idea. Alright. Let's duplicate it again. And then some more over this way, just in case people run this way. Anyway, there was a GDC talk by the guy who made A Short Hike, and he was talking about the shovel in that game, and he was like, how do I make it so that I make sure that people find the shovel? He's just like, I just put a bunch of shovels. Like, I just put more than one shovel. They were in a couple different places so that people were sure to find them, right? So I think that's a good strat. Anyway, let's go back to free camera. Oh, we got our music. So we do have barrels, so we can put more barrels. Like, I mean, let's put some up on the wall. Actually, is there anything in this barrel? Put one barrel stave next to every tree. I actually probably should do that. So let's actually do Sarah's suggestion right now with the barrel stave. I mean, not every tree up here, but every tree on the beach. So let's copy this one. Put it here. I feel like some stone bricks would have fallen off. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. One more barrel stave here. Like rubble. You know, why not? Why not 2 barrel staves next to this tree? Actually, probably do the other kind of barrel stave. Just in case people don't find the first one. It's on the other side as well. Like, literally, and let's put one next to this rock as well. And one more. The short kind. Next to this guy. Wait. Wait, what? What's madness? Like, you know, if a bunch of shit washed up in the tide, like, you know, it would be a mess. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It would be a mess. Okay, so anyway, let's, two. Let's see what the, let's see if we can do Paul's suggestion of some bricks lying around. So, let's save the game. Let's exit and open up Blender. And let's make Cooper. Oh, because of the barrels. Okay, yeah. And then let's make just some bricks. So I guess they could probably use this texture, this one here. So I'll just add a cube. Ooh, you know what? They can be a rigid body too, probably. So, ooh, that's okay. We'll see. Let's do this. Let's just roughly size this to how big a brick is on the wall, like one of the larger ones. Wait, why can't I see you? Oh. Oh, it's because this wall is in the way. Well, let's move it this way. Oopsies. There we go. Now I can just sort of match the brick size, more or less. And I feel like it'd be Okay. Now I'm gonna add a bevel. Generate bevel. Let's shade it smooth. Add a weighted normal. Do all the way up to 100%. And then I can go UV unwrap. And this one, oh, I gotta set the material for this. Probably stone, no. Stone bricks, no. Oh, this one. I gotta add some seams here. Mark seam. And now is that, why can't I see this? I need to add seams. Okay, cool. Something's not marked properly. Oh, I need to add one more. There we go. That's good enough, I think. That's more or less a brick. Although, I'm gonna rotate this 90 degrees. Cool. Also, I feel like I want to hide that a little bit, so I'm gonna rotate it again 90. No, minus 90. Now, I'm gonna just take, I guess I can just scale it this way and move it down. And actually, let's make sure that we're looking at the right paniche flat, I think is what we call it, or walls flat. Okay, cool. Now they don't. Okay, cool. Now that's perfect. More or less. Okay, so now we got this brick. I'm gonna export this guy for now as being a different as not being part of this group, I think, because I think that might cause trouble. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna export. First, I'm gonna set his transform to 0 temporarily. Okay, so now where's our brick? It's down here. Let's also apply scale. Ooh. Oh, it changed the beveling when I did that. So I'm gonna adjust the beveling a little bit. Cool. Now I'm gonna export this guy as brick.gltf. Okay. Now I can get back into the game. Let's go test on. Let's go back to here. And now we can add some rubble. So I am going to create a, actually gonna go to meshes. Gonna find my brick, which is in the fort folder. Okay. Oh, did I not export this to the right? And all right, one more. 1 second. 1 second. Export as brick.gltf. Yeah, it was in the wrong folder. Brick.gltf. Include selected. Export. Okay, cool. Now, There we go. There's my brick. Gonna create an entity with the brick. Oh, it's not got its. We gotta go back into Blender 1 second. The transform isn't applied correctly. Okay. Now export that again and reload. What? Did we not export? Alright. Reload. There we go. Now it's in the correct position. Okay, so now I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to add a physics collider. I'm going to set the collider to a box. Going to create a oops, I didn't mean to do that. Box, then I'm gonna fit to mesh. And now I'm gonna add a physics rigid body, which is gonna let it move around. And I'm gonna set its mass to 5 kilograms. I don't know, that's just randomly decided. Now click save. And save prefab. Save again. And now, there we go, now we got a brick that bounces and shit. So I'm gonna, we can start let's just make a pile of these first of all. They do stack, but we want them to be a little bit more random than that. Yeah, potentially. We could potentially do that. 1 second. Alright, these are just gonna... Let's add a bunch of these. Let's just move them around. Sick. Okay. Can I stack the bricks to get over the walls? One step at a time. One step at a time, Sarah. But yeah, sure, we can do that. It is almost 4 o'clock right now, but before we do that, I do want to see if we can chuck the brick. So I think the easiest way to do that. So we're gonna do 2 things. So I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna save the prefab, and then I'm gonna add a weapon component. Well, I have to add a couple things. I have to add an interactable, a inventory item, and a weapon. That will allow me to... Now I have the brick in my... Okay, the sizing is weird when it's... Oh, I guess it is the right size. But let's see, can I chuck the brick? I can chuck the brick. Yeah, it is something we could do. Let's see, can I fucking smack him with the brick? Let's... I mean, it's not gonna... Theoretically, if I could hit him. But... It is 356. So, let's give the people what they want. Let's give the people what they want and build a Jenga tower. So, I'll build it on top of here. So, let's take one of these bricks, put it up here. Now, I think... Is that secure? Okay, cool. Oh, I guess, like, you wanted, like, a... That would be a little bit more difficult to do it, like, the Jenga way, but, like, this is definitely gonna fall over pretty soon. But, we can keep going higher. Let's just see if we get that aligned. We need one more in here. Okay. No! Also, I'm being attacked. But we do have more bricks. And... Oh, there was only one of them that was a weapon. It was this one. I'm gonna see if... I'm gonna run away. And then I'm gonna see if I can sneak back in and beat him with the brick. Hey, Lucky! Welcome to the, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. OPA. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but... unfortunately, you're coming in right at the end of the stream, but I did want to beam this guy with the brick. Not quite. Not quite. Not quite. Alright, get the fuck out. Fuck out of here. Get the fuck... Oh. Is he gonna come after? He's Pearson coming after me. Okay, he got too far. He got too far from the fort, though. He doesn't want to come that far. Okay, let's... Maybe I have to be sneaky hitting him with the brick. Maybe I gotta be sneaky. This is fine. Can we make it 30 times bigger? No, not right now. But this is messed up looking with this brick. But let's see. Can I hit some guy with the brick? Yeah, come at me, man. Come at me. I got the brick. I got this brick right here. Oh, shit. It hit one of the other bricks. There we go. I hit him. It didn't do any damage, though. I guess the brick's not heavy enough. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, shit. I guess it is the end of stream, but I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It is 30x tower brick. Okay, one more thing before the end of stream. I'm gonna create like a shit ton of bricks. We're gonna see how many. We're gonna see how many we can make, and then that'll be it. That'll be the end of stream. I'm just hitting the duplicate button like a cajillion times, and then we're gonna unpause and it's gonna explode. It's gonna explode. All right, ready? 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 1, 2, 3. Wait, why did that not duplicate? No, he hit it. Okay, this is definitely duplicating here. Maybe it was, oh, the brick. I see what I gotta do. There we go. There we go. All right, I'm dead. I'm dead. That's what we can do. But, nice. Okay, a couple more bricks, a couple more. Let's... So these are definitely... Alright. $30... Okay. Brick. What happens if I select all these bricks? Duplicate them. Yeah, it duplicates the whole thing. Duplicate all these guys. Select all the bricks again. Duplicate them. Select all these bricks again. Duplicate them. The game is already starting to lag here. Select all these bricks again. Duplicate them. Is that... No, it didn't select all of them. Okay, wait, we need to select this one. Scroll down, select... Alright. Duplicate. Okay, that's it. We're gonna... Let's do this now. Oh my god. The game is literally frozen. It's just... We can't handle the power. Like, doing all of these computations with the bricks is... It's killing my CPU. Ah! You know what? This is a challenge. This is something I need to optimize, I suppose. So eventually, these will settle out, and our frame rate should come back if I can get out of here. All right, let's get away from these bricks, and hopefully... You know, it wouldn't actually, because it's not the graphics that's the problem, it's the physics calculations. Using Vulkan or not wouldn't affect with the... Alright, so anyway, we've lagged out because of this. Unfortunately, we have found the number of bricks, which is too many. There is a limit. There is a limit to the bricks. But, let's quit out of that. Let's get another one. But anyway, I do love that you guys are tuning in, and I love your, suggestions for the game, but I do have to go. So, I would first like to thank everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it. You guys are what keep me going. Once again, if you would like to tip me for the stream, you thought it was great, there's a link below the video where you can do that. You do get a special role in the Discord for that. And I would like you to like and subscribe to the video. It's like to the channel. It's it helps YouTube know that you're interested in my content. And if you are interested more in the game and you want to talk to me directly, there is a Discord group a Discord server that you can. Best way to support is to donate the brick. Yes, exactly. Anyway, you can join the Discord down below if you're interested in that. There's another link. And finally, the most important thing you can do to help me out, and if you're interested in the game, this is the best thing for you too. You can wishlist the game on Steam. That lets Steam know that you're interested in the game. It helps me out with visibility and other things. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but more or less that. And it lets you know anytime there's a big update in the game. Yeah, it's fantastic. And if the game ever goes on sale once it's released, you will get a notification then too. So yeah, definitely. The things are, subscribe and like the video. Leave a comment on the YouTube channel. Fantastic. Join the Discord. Wishlist the game on Steam. And if you want to give me money, the link is Ko-Fi down below. That is the way to do it. And I will thank you guys all. And I will see you next week. Maybe Thursday. Maybe Thursday at like 5 p.m. Central European time for those for the Europeans. Yeah, okay. Check that out. And I will see you guys next week.